Do you crave a lot of alone time and find that you get very stressed out being around a lot of people and a lot of noise? Well, you could be an introvert or you could be parentified. And I'm going to explain. So, emotional parentification is where you are made responsible from a very, very young age for other people's feelings. So, an example would be you're a child and you have to walk on eggshells around a parent or parents, and they are not able to regulate their own emotions. So, you're put in a position where you have to help them regulate, which is completely inappropriate for a child. A child doesn't even have their own emotional regulation, and yet they're supposed to be regulating the adults around them. It is the adult's job to regulate themselves. It's never a child's job to regulate adults. So if you have adults that can control their temper and you're supposed to be managing that in some way, that would be an example of emotional parentification. Even having an adult confide in you about things that they should not be confiding you in and talking about their love life or talking about other things is also inappropriate and a sign of emotionally leaning on a child. So it's like the roles have been reversed. So the reason why we will crave peace and quiet and really, really almost extreme independence is because we were put in this position to be so enmeshed that we had to be so responsible. So it makes sense later in life that we're so tired and we're so exhausted from taking on others' feelings. And we put in this position that even when sometimes we are around other people and if we've done the work, we still sometimes feel responsible for their feelings. So that's why we'll end up really, really craving even maybe several days of doing nothing and not being around anybody. Now, of course, there is being introverted, which is a whole other thing, and you can certainly be both. But this might help explain why there might be some instances where you could feel like you are extroverted in a lot of ways, and yet at the same time, you get so exhausted at different times and feel very triggered in large crowds and around a lot of loud noise. So it is a sign there's nothing wrong with you. It just means that you need to give yourself that space and that time to regroup.